Hi everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. I just want to hop on for a second and give you a short little message of the day. So I am reading from Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. The version I'm using today is New King James Version, New King James Version, just because I like the wording of it. But I normally read from NASB, but I'll go ahead. So Proverbs 4:23, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring the issues of life. So what diligence mean is like a extreme caution, a care, like what's the word I'm thinking for? But it's really something that you're devoted to just maintaining all the time. So the scripture is saying, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring the issues of life. So you think about your heart, this is just like what kind of pretty much runs you. And it says that for out of it spring the issues of life. So you want to hear something deep real quick? As humans, we perceive all of these issues that we have with other people, or issues that we have with our job, our car, money, relationships, friendships, parents, kids, pets, whatever it is. And right here in the word, it's telling you to keep your heart with all diligence. So it's saying take care of your heart. How do you take care of your heart? You take care of your heart by feeding it the truth. It also says in Jeremiah 17:9 that the heart is desperately sick. Who can trust it? Who can trust it? The heart is sick. So here it's saying, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring all the issues of life. And then in Jeremiah 17:9 it's saying, who can trust the heart? The heart it's desperately sick. And it's true. These statements, they don't contradict each other. They're painting a overall message. The heart is deceitful above all things. Your heart in its natural state is deceitful. It's not something that you should be like, oh, in my heart, I feel like I should do this. No, your heart is sick. It's sick. It doesn't have the answers that you need. It doesn't. But who has the answers is God. And when you start to read his word more and start understanding his word more, it reshapes your conscience. So that's what it's saying in Proverbs 4:23 is to, let me read it, keep your heart with all diligence. So it's saying like, reshape your heart, reshape your understanding, because all of your issues flow out of your heart. So you want to hear something that's deep? We as humans, we don't have issues with other people. All issues come from our own hearts. There is no issue that's outside of yourself. None. I don't care what happened, who did what to you. There is no issue that is outside of yourself. It's not outside of your body. It's not outside of your heart. It's in you. It comes from you. So whatever you perceive to be as a problem, it reflects the state of your heart. As a face reflects in water, so the heart of one man reflects another. Just like I'm looking at you, if I look in the mirror, that is how I view other people. What I condemn in my heart is how I'm going to condemn other people. What's pure in my heart is how I'm going to see other people as pure. So don't you see that your heart is not something to trust? And by when I say your heart, I mean your emotions. Your emotions are not stable to run your life off of. They're not stable. That's something that's shaky. It can change every 5 seconds depending on what you feel at the moment. It can depend on who it's coming from. It can change. You can't live your life off of it. Your heart is desperately sick. It's sick. And all of your issues come out of it. From the thing that you're trusting is where all your problems also arise. And you go and you reflect your problems off on other people. And you keep perceiving that it's somebody else or something else that's outside of you. And that's a big deception. There is nothing outside of you that's causing you a problem or issue. All of those problems and issues are coming from your own heart. You got to clean it up. You got to clean it up. But you can't clean it up thinking that your way is right. You can't clean it up perceiving that you know everything. You can't clean it up when you're not humble. You can't clean it up if you don't surrender. You can't. Because if I have this stubborn heart that's like, nah, I know all of this, it's going to stay there. It's going to stay in that same exact state. And I won't be able to do anything in my life. I won't be able to have good relationships in my life, good friendships in my life. None of those things if I keep perceiving that this heart of mine is good and that it's good enough for me to trust. It's not. It's not. It's not good enough for me to trust. In Luke, I think 6, I think. Yes. Verse 46 in Luke 6. But why do you call me Lord, Lord, and not do the things which I say? Whoever comes to me and hears my sayings and does them, I will show you who he is like. He is like a man building a house who dug deep and laid the foundation on the rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently against the house and could not shake it, for it was founded on the rock. Jesus is saying, when you build your heart up, your understanding up on my truth, on my word, you're unshakable. It don't matter what's going on in life. You don't have any problems. I don't care if bad comes your way, adversity comes your way. You're not perceiving it as bad because you have this strong, sturdy foundation that earthquakes can hit, hurricanes can hit, strong winds, rainstorms, sandstorms, dust storms, all of those things can hit and you're still intact. And all the other houses on the block is knocked down, but yours is still sturdy. That's what your heart is like when you start to reshape your conscience and understand that, like, no, actually, you know what, God, I don't know how to do this life thing. Actually, I don't know anything at all. Actually, your word kind of hurts me when I read it because it's convicting me inside, but I'm going to go ahead and let it do that to me because I know that you created me and I know that you're the only way that like you are the only one who knows life. You're the only one who knows me. You created me when I was in the womb, Jeremiah 1:5. You know me. I don't know myself, so you must know what's good for me. That's what it's like to build a house on a sturdy foundation. And that's when you can have peace in all settings. That's when you can have love, patience, kindness, meekness, and joy in all settings. But verse 6 or 49, but he who heard and did nothing is a man who built the house on the earth without a foundation, against which the stream beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of the house was great. This is true. The moment that you hear his word and you know it's the truth, because even when your flesh wants to fight it, what's inside of you still receives it to be the truth. Now, you may not like it. You may not like that. Dang, he's really talking about me right now. Like, I worry too much. Dang, he's really talking about me like this. I'm crooked. Like, dang, he's really talking about me. I have a lot of animosity and hate and jealousy and envy in my heart. You may not like it. Your flesh may not want to hear it at the moment, but it doesn't make it not the truth. But the moment that you understand, like, yeah, he's talking to me, and you read that and you don't accept it to be a truth, this is your reality. That when the storms come, when your emotions hit, when you start feeling a certain type of way, you're going to fall. Your house is going to fall every time. You may tell yourself, okay, next time so-and-so say this, I'm not going to lose it. You're going to lose it, sis. You may say next time, me and her getting to it, I ain't going to lose. You're going to lose it, bro. You're going to lose it. Something happened in your life, you lose your job, you lose your car, you lose a family member, you're going to lose it because you don't have a sturdy foundation. This is what he's saying. That if you hear his word, you know it's the truth, but you walk away from it. So that means, like, in your heart, you still believe that you have a better way to achieve what needs to happen in life. You have a better way that you're reasoning out in your mind. Like, yeah, I hear this, but I'm going to do this later. If you really do that in your mind, if you really, perceive that in your heart, this is your reality, is that you're going to fall every time. Every time. Your house is not built on a sturdy foundation because your emotions are not strong enough to be able to sustain earthquakes, fires, hailstorms. It's not. His word is, though, because this word is what forms all of us. Whether people believe it or not, it's still the word. The word is true. The word never returns null and void. It's always performing its job. It's always doing what needs to be done. Now, whether you want to be on the good side of that or not, whether you want the peace and patience, joy and kindness and meekness, is completely up to you. Just because you make a choice today of, I'm going to receive this in my heart and I'm going to stop doubting it. I'm going to stop reasoning in my mind with it because I know it's the truth. And then you'll be a sturdy foundation. Or you keep reasoning and say, yeah, this is the truth, but I'm going to wait, or I'm going to do some of this and not all of this. Your house is going to fall. So That's all that I got for you. Hope you got some good. You guys have a good day.